Some players think that weapon rubs is just a cosmetics. Experienced players know that this weapon component protects your weapon from getting dirty too fast. I've made my tests and I'm pretty sure that even high level players will be surprised to see how much of a big difference this weapon component is actually making. I mean, I was surprised. I knew that it's a useful thing, but actually it's a must-have, it's a no-brainer choice. So let me explain. There is a weapon stat, condition. Basically it shows whether your gun is clean or dirty, because each time when you shoot or you stay in the water or even dive, your weapon gets dirty. By the way, some players believe that when you standing under the rain, your weapon condition is also decreasing, but no, it's a myth. Anyway, your weapon condition is pretty important because it affects damage, fire rate and reload speed. During my tests I found out that for some weapons difference between clean and dirty might be extremely significant. Before we continue with test results, just a quick reminder, to clean your weapons you will need to use gun oil or visit gunsmith. So make sure that you always have enough of gun oil with you, it's important. Anyway, first test, damage. Here I saw no surprises at all. For all the weapons that we tested, difference between clean and dirty was around 10%. We were testing Corcana rifle, Mauser pistol and shotgun with slugs. Anyway, 10% difference in damage might not be important for PvE, but in PvP it's already a good reason to keep your weapons clean. As for reload speed, there was no significant difference here as well. On average it's around 10%. It's different for different weapons. For example, for Mauser pistols the difference is bigger than for shotgun or for Corcana rifle, but on average it's 10%, plus minus. You know, it's kinda hard to measure it super accurately even with locked FPS because results are inconsistent. But the fire rate is where I found extremely big difference. I actually was surprised. For Corcana results were not unexpected. I've tested it on Xbox, I've tested it on a PC and average difference was only 12%. I said only 12%, but if we're gonna take into consideration difference in damage and in a reload speed, it's already good reason to clean your weapon even for PvE. But there is more. Mauser pistol. I actually was so surprised by the results that I had to retest it few times on both PC and Xbox, and average difference was 25% in a fire rate. But semi-automatic shotgun impressed me even more. Clean weapon shots by 33% faster, again on average, again I've made few tests. Just imagine how such difference plus difference in damage will affect overall DPS. And yes, in some situation overall DPS matters, for example when you hunting legendary animals. By the way, I have a video about the build designed specifically to hunt aggressive legendary animals, and this build is using semi-automatic shotgun, link will be in the description. Anyway, after this test it's kinda obvious that clean weapon gives you huge advantage in both PvP and PvE. But what it has to do with weapon rubs? Well, it's pretty easy. Using weapon rubs decreases the rate with which your weapon is losing condition. But let's test it. Again, we're gonna be doing it for 3 weapons: Corcana, Mauser and semi-automatic shotgun. I choose fast firing weapons because it takes a lot of shots for your weapon to get dirty, so it's kinda a tedious test if your weapon has slow fire rate. So Mauser pistol, 200 shots from clean to dirty. And yeah, you cannot use reps on Mauser pistol, but we're testing it for a different reason. There are also trinkets, spoiler. Corcana rifle without a weapon rep, also 200 shots, and semi-automatic shotgun 150 shots from clean to dirty. Now we're gonna use lesser reps on Corcana and semi-automatic shotgun. So it took exactly 222 shots for Corcana with lesser rep to get dirty. It's not like even 10%, it's 11% difference. Same 11% difference is for semi-automatic shotgun, 166 shots instead of 150. And you might ask now, but how about clothing rub? Does it give you the same effect? I knew you're gonna ask about it, and that's why I've tested clothing rub as well. And it gives you the same effect as leather rub. So 11% is not that much of a difference, but the trick is we also have a trinket in this game that, according to description, permanently slows degeneration for all weapons by 10%. I'm talking about Beaver tooth trinket, you can buy it from Gus. To craft it you're gonna need 2 beaver teeth, you can find beavers on Ovangila or on Kamasa River. Just don't forget that you need to sell this to Gus before you will be able to craft this item. Also you will need to have Column and Turquoise earrings, this one might be a little bit harder to find, and for $177. Anyway, now let's test if this trinket works and whether it stacks up with the weapon rubs. First of all, Mauser pistol. Without a trinket it was 200 shots, with a trinket it's 222 shots exactly. So yeah, it works like it should. But now the interesting part, how it stacks up with the weapon wraps. It stacks up perfectly. Carcano rifle with trinket and with wrap it took 249 shots to make it dirty. For semi-automatic shotgun it took 187 shots. So as you can see, there is a big difference when you have weapon wrap and trinket together. You can make 25% more shots before your weapon will get dirty comparing to the case when you have no wrap and no trinket. So conclusion, weapon wrap is not just a cosmetics, it's a must-have tool, especially if you want to be effective in PvP or in PvE. Or maybe it's just the look of a dirty weapon annoys you, still you want to use a wrap. And of course for the maximum effect, combine it with a Beaver tooth trinket. I hope that this information was useful for you and that you enjoyed this video. Anyway, thank you for watching, like, subscribe, до свидания.